This is Kayla.
And this is Becky, and we're with a couple of these read.
Yes, and we are getting to the end of January, so we wanted to talk about the books we were able to get to in January of 2024. So,
well, we can start with this one because we both read this one.
We both read this one.
Yes, the fiction writer. Oh, I loved it. I couldn't put it down. It was awesome.
I feel like it's the perfect mystery for bookish people. Like, if you're a fan of Rebecca by Daphne du Maurier, and I probably just butchered her last name, but if you're a fan of that novel or that genre, you're going to love the fiction writer.
Yeah. Loved it.
Bookish mystery for bookish people. Definitely check that one out.
From Aardvark. So we love our Aardvark.
Yes. The first one I read, because I read this actually before the fiction writer, was The Spy Coast by Tess Gerritsen, which was actually my first Tess Gerritsen read. And she's, famous for Rizzoli and Isles.
Which loved that show.
Yeah, fantastic show. Watch the show. The Spy Coast is about older, retired spies. The CIA
I want to read that. I really do.
It's a really, really cool read. It's got some funny characters, and it's about to be a new series called The Martini Club.
Oh, cool.
So, definitely a new favorite author.
That's good. Yeah, I'll definitely read. I definitely want to read that one. And then the one I just did my review on, Lisa Jewell, None of This Is True. I just finished it last week. And like I said, it was pretty intense. I did not get my happy ending in that book, and which always makes me a little upset.
But I think that's kind of Lisa Jewell's thing.
Yeah.
A little bit.
Yeah.
Speaking of authors that we've read for the first time, Lucinda Berry's One Little Mistake. It's a novella that I found on Audible about a woman whose husband... a woman who gets pulled over for drunk driving after having one glass of wine. But she's definitely acting drunk. In fact, she can't even remember the incident. And her husband doesn't pick her up from jail, gets the kids, and it's wild and crazy. And she suddenly starts realizing things that the husband has done with the help of someone she meets at an AA meeting she's being forced to go to. So it is very twisted. Very short, nice little, if you've got an hour to drive somewhere, I think it's 2 hours long listening. So definitely give it a listen. And I will certainly be reading more Lucinda Berry. It has one of those endings that is just going to make you be like, wait, what?
What happened? Oh my gosh.
It's a good read. Yeah. Check that one out.
Okay. Well, I am currently reading The Wishing Game, and I will finish it. If not tonight, I'll probably have it finished by tomorrow, I'll finish it before
the end of January.
Yes, so this will be my other read, and I love it. It is so fun, and I just, like I said, I had started it, and then I'd only read the little introduction, and then I got into the fiction writer and Lisa Jewell and all that, but I don't know why I quit reading it, but I love it. So I just actually started it, was it yesterday or the day before, night before, I think. So I'm already about a little over a fourth of the way through it. So yeah, I'll finish it soon. It's really cool.
And then I was actually able to read a lot more than I thought I would this month. So I read Butcher and Blackbird, which we've already talked about on the blog.
Yes.
Very, very intense, but really funny, very dark humor. Not my usual fanfare. A little bit of smuttiness. So trigger warnings galore. And I also finally read the first book in the FINLAY Donovan series, which is about a mystery author who turns assassin when her husband tries to take the kids. Kind of. There's a lot more twists and turns that go on. It is a book that was constantly being recommended to me by critique partners as you've got to comp to this book. So I'll be honest, I've been comping to this book for, however long it's been out without having read it. But I finally sat down and read it. And not only am I like, man, that was quite a compliment for them to recommend this, but also like, this is a really good series. So I'll definitely be reading more Finlay Donovan in the future. And then I also read my first Jeneva Rose novel, One of Us is Dead. And I listened to it on audio. They had a full cast, and just the women in that audiobook, they got that Southern accent down because it all takes place in Georgia. One of them's from Texas, and they get the nuance of the Southern accent right, like in a way that Hollywood has never been able to do. So like if any of them wanted to narrate Chase Harlem, that would be great. So well done. You can clearly tell as it went from one woman to the next whose point of view it was, just by the differences in their voices and how they played their characters.
That's nice.
So it is one that I recommend 100%. Listen to it on audio. I'm sure it's great not on audio, but it is like a motion picture. Like, why is this not a movie yet?
Right.
On audio.
Okay, cool.
And the last one I read is I just finished The Modern Girl's Guide to Magic by Linsey Hall, which was a cute book. It's a little cozy, like sort of cozy fantasy romance. And I hadn't read a cozy fantasy romance, and someone on Instagram recommended it. So I gave it a read. It's not my favorite genre, but the book itself was really cute. Like, sweet love story. So if you're in the mood for a sweet love story with a little magic in the air, it's definitely one I would recommend.
Okay, well, that sounds good.
I'll review those two at some point.
Okay, sounds good. Well,
then.
What are y'all reading? What did you read? Anything you want to tell us about? And let us know. Maybe we'll add it to our list.
Absolutely. Give us your January reading list in the comments. And until next month, bye.
Bye.